Hello everyone, my tag is Woodley. I've been a P+ and Melee player for the past several years, and I'm so excited that Rivals 2 is out and finally here for us to play. Rivals 2 feels the most similar to both Melee and P+'s style of gameplay, but of course it comes with plenty of differences too. I wanted to make this video to explain Rivals 2's mechanics, specifically for players of these two Smash titles, as there are many returning as well as brand new mechanics to go over. This video was made under the assumption that you are familiar with those games and have a lot of prior knowledge, so this won't be a good guide if you're a complete beginner. Also, just to clarify, for the rest of this video when I refer to Smash, it's referring to Melee and P+ specifically, not Smash overall. Sorry old players. I've done my best to double check everything and find everything I can about this game's mechanics, utilizing sources like Dragdown Wiki, my own personal labbing, and asking questions to fellow players. In the event that anything ends up wrong or misleading, please let me know in the comments so I can be sure to correct it. Without further ado, let's go over Rivals 2 and its mechanics. I highly recommend players coming from Smash edit their controls, as the default controls can be kinda off-putting for Smashers. In order to set up your own control scheme, press Y on Character Select. From here, you can give yourself a tag so that your controls are saved and unique to that tag. For P+ players, this process should feel very familiar. You can see which tag you have next to your crown icon. From here, we can go to the controls menu and edit your controls. I'll go over each menu individually. Customize controls allows you to set your buttons. Press A over any action and you can set one or multiple buttons to that action. The actions are Jump, Attack, which is tilts and jabs, Strong, a dedicated button for strong attacks, which is what Rivals calls smash attacks, Special, Grab, Shield, Parry, a dedicated button for parrying. However, parrying can always be done by shielding and pressing special, so a parry button is purely preference. Short hop, same as jump, but will always perform a short hop regardless of how long the button is held. Full hop, same as jump, but will always perform a full hop regardless of how long the button is held. Walk mod. While held, your character can only walk regardless of how strong you flick the stick. This is mainly intended for keyboard players. Right stick determines what the C stick performs. Strong. Attack, tilt attacks, and dash attack while running. Special, will perform specials based on the direction flick. Cannot do neutral special, however. Adaptive and reverse. Adaptive enables strongs when grounded and tilts while airborne. Reverse enables the opposite, tilts while grounded, strongs while airborne. This is only really applicable to Raster, who has the unique trait of having strong attacks in the air rather than on the ground. Air grab and air parry determines what grab and parry button does while airborne. Attack, strong, which is only really relevant to Raster. Special, air dodge. These will correspond to what direction you are holding, so forward and grab gives a fair with attack and side special with special. Nair and end special. Regardless of what direction is held, will always perform a nair or neutral special. Useful for full drifting and B reversing. Tap jump. Enables tap jump like in Melee. Tap wall jump. By default in Rivals, you wall jump by holding towards the wall and pressing the jump button. Turning this setting on lets you wall jump like in Smash, by pressing away from the wall. Tap strong. Enabling this lets you perform a strong attack by flicking a direction and pressing attack simultaneously, just like in Smash. D-pad movement. Lets you move using the D-pad. Auto walk. All movement will be walking regardless of how strong the stick is flicked. If this setting is enabled, the walk mod button will instead let you run, intended for keyboard players. Stick sensitivities. Lets you adjust the dead zone and sensitivity of your sticks. Rumble enables rumble. Reset to default. Miscellaneous. All other settings in the menu impact only cosmetic and visual things, and make no effect on gameplay. In terms of mechanics, Rivals is very similar to that of Melee and P+, so I'll be dividing the mechanics into 3 sections. The first will be universal mechanics that can be found in both Smash and Rivals. The second will be mechanics present in both P+ and Rivals, to catch Melee players up to speed and be a refresher for P+ players. And finally, we'll go over mechanics that are exclusive to Rivals 2. Rivals shares many mechanics from both Smash titles. To rapidly go over a bunch, we have jabs, tilts, dash attacks, smash attacks, aka strongs, jump, short hop, full hop, double jump, fast fall, aerials, specials, standing grab, running grab. Throws in all 4 directions. Spot dodge, rolls, air dodge, shield, dash dancing, wave dash, waveland, foxtrot, shield dropping, pivoting, JC grab, dash versus run mechanics, moonwalking, wall jump, jab reset, ledge hogging, DI, SDI, ASDI, crouch cancel, teching, tech options, OMSA tech, wall tech jump, edge cancel, teeter cancel. For the most part, these mechanics work exactly as they do in Smash. However, any significant or notable changes we'll be going over separately in the Rivals exclusive section. There's undoubtedly some Smash mechanics which I've missed or forgotten about, but I highly encourage you to experiment yourself and see if some of your most loved mechanics can be found in this game too. It likely will be. These are mechanics that are in both P+ and Rivals. Melee players may be unfamiliar with them though. This game has no light shield, no analog input to adjust shield size. Tournament winner, aka ledge jump, still gives little invincibility but can be acted out of almost immediately. After entering run, if you turn around and grab, you'll perform a pivot grab. It has a bigger hitbox than other grabs, but also the most end lag of them all. Unlike in Melee, you don't need to jump first before doing the up strong out of run. You can simply flick the C stick up while running. You will still need to jump first to up strong out of shield, however. When grabbing ledge, you're given a brief time of invincibility. However, you are limited to 2 regrabs before your invincibility will stop refreshing. Unlike Melee, you cannot refresh invincibility indefinitely. If you disable tap jump, you can do easy pivots by dashing forward and flicking the stick to the opposite upward corner. On the ground, if you flick the other direction and jump, you will always face backwards, allowing you to jump forward while facing backward, or even wave dashing while facing backwards. This is useful for approaching with bear and other attacks. When performing a dash attack, if you immediately perform an up smash, the momentum will get transferred into the up smash. Depending on the character's dash attack, it'll be less or more effective. For example, it's a significant difference with Rano, but not really with Crag. To perform with strong stick, you can run, press attack, and flick up on the C stick. To perform with attack stick, you can run, flick the C stick to dash attack, and immediately flick up plus your grab button. While airborne, you can perform a special move facing the opposite direction. This is something present in both Smash titles, so it should feel familiar. For side special, simply flick the other direction, then special. For up and down special, flick to the opposite diagonal notch, then use special. For neutral special, press back and within an 8-frame window, return the stick to neutral and press special. A B reverse lets you do a special move while turning around and reversing aerial momentum. The faster you're moving, the farther your shift will bring you. For example, here's Rano B reversing from jumping, versus Rano B reversing after gaining speed from his side special. A B reverse is distinct from a turnaround B because of the momentum shift.
Gotta stretch it out first.
You have a 4-frame window to perform a B reverse after using a special move. Remember to activate the special move first before reversing the stick, as otherwise you'll get a turnaround B. Think of it as flicking the stick, then using special for a turnaround B, versus using special, then flicking the stick for B reverse. For side special, it's as simple as doing the side special and immediately flicking the stick in the opposite direction. For down special, I like to do down forward, then immediately flick the stick to the opposite downward notch. For neutral special, return the stick to neutral and then flick backwards. Setting aerial grab or parry to neutral special can help make this easier. B reverse doesn't apply to most up specials. Now that we know what a turnaround B and B reverse are, we can combine the two into a technique called Wavebounce. This essentially is a B reverse where we still reverse our aerial momentum, however, we maintain our original facing direction. To perform, simply do a turnaround B immediately followed by a B reverse in the opposite direction. The timing can be tricky, so try to start slow and slowly build the muscle memory. Finally, here are the mechanics unique to Rivals 2. This is the biggest mechanic as it affects all gameplay. Unlike Smash, Rivals has a buffer of 6 frames, meaning you have a window of 6 frames to press a button and have your action come out as soon as your character is actionable. Here you see I'm pressing A 4 frames before my down tilt's lag ends, and yet my jab comes out instantly when the lag ends. Compared to Smash, Rivals doesn't require as many super precise inputs. There's more leniency overall. Rivals has no move scaling. Fleet down tilt will do 6% whether it's the first one she's done or the 50th one. Moves will always do the same consistent percent. Unlike in Smash, air dodging doesn't put you in a helpless state. Every character is able to wall jump, however, you can only wall jump once off a wall. You can do a full distance wave dash by simply holding sideways and performing a wave dash. No need to hit a specific angle to get a full wave dash, and risk accidentally air dodging. Rivals is designed to have no mashing in it. This means things like no mashing to escape grabs faster, no mashing to escape Rano Bubble or Maple Wrap faster, and no mashing to ascend higher with Raster Neutral special. Everything is either escaped from a set number of frames or by holding the button rather than mashing it. With the exception of Clarin, all characters can cancel their jab attacks into tilts, even on whiff or a shielding opponent. You cannot cancel any jab finishers, only the initial jab moves. Some characters also have Gatling on specific attacks, like Zetter and Krag dash attack. Shield is a little different in Rivals compared to Smash. They have less overall health and also regenerate slower. In addition, they never shrink in size, instead showing cracks to display how low their health is. Having your shield broken is also less punishing. You don't go into a stun animation upon landing. Instead, you simply enter a mistech state. You're still vulnerable the entire time in the air, however. Shield dropping can be performed the same way as in Smash. Forward and then down a notch while shielding. However, Rivals gives you some leeway. If you drop shield and then go down the notch, you'll still drop through, whereas in Smash, nothing would happen if you do this. This also means you can shield drop by tapping shield and pressing down if that feels more comfortable. Finally, you can simply drop through a platform while running without having to shield at all, which preserves much more momentum. P+ players will find this similar to Bobby dropping. However, unlike Bobby drop, you don't need to be in the run state in order to get the momentum. Parry has 5 frames of startup, 8 active frames, and 30 frames of recovery. Upon landing a parry, the defender will go into parry stun after their attack finishes, with the length of the stun being based on how powerful the attack was. The one exception is jab attacks, in which the attacker will never go into parry stun. All parries grant the defender a period of invincibility. Regular grabs cannot be parried, however command grabs can be. If the attacker grabs a ledge after being parried, they will not go into parry stun. However, they will not gain any invincibility from grabbing the ledge, and have a 5-frame delay between ledge grab and performing any action. Compared to Smash, Rivals has a very unique grab and pummel system. You cannot mash to escape grab any faster. You'll always escape after 60 frames. This always gives the attacker enough time to do a pummel. However, only one pummel can ever be done during a grab. Now here's where things get interesting. There are 2 types of pummels, normal and special. Normal pummel is just a basic attack that does damage, done with the attack button. Special pummel does a unique attack for each character, such as applying full poison for Rano, or creating a magma pool with Loxodon, performed using the special button. However, if the defender predicts what pummeling the attacker will do and presses the same button, you'll break out of the grab entirely. So pummeling can reward the attacker, but also runs the risk of the defender escaping the grab and avoiding being thrown. Finally, pummeling also has one extra benefit: removing grab lockout. After grabbing someone, you'll notice this yellow aura around them. If you try to grab an opponent again while they're still glowing yellow, they'll break out of your grab. This will prevent you from chain grabbing your opponent. Meanwhile, for tech chasing, a similar system is in place. When tech chasing, after 2 grabs in a row, the opponent will maintain the yellow glow after their tech recovery ends, preventing another grab. The exception is mistech, which will always remove your glow. However, as mentioned before, pummeling will remove this yellow aura, allowing you to re-grab your opponent without them breaking out. The next throw, however, will have the yellow aura again, unless you perform another pummel, which gives more opportunity for your opponent to predict your pummel and break out. Finally, I want to go over 2 examples where grab lockout doesn't seem to apply, which I've seen confuse other players and confuse myself for a while, but I managed to deduce explanations for both. The first is Krag's down throw chain grabs. At first it appears Krag can just keep grabbing you repeatedly and the lockout doesn't work. However, this is actually a bit deceptive. What's actually happening here is by the time Krag manages to get another grab on the opponent, they are actually fully actionable. So while visually it appears as the glow remains and you still get grabbed, it's actually the result of the timing lining up just right that the glow ends right around when the new grab connects, and the glow activates for the new grab. Here in frame by frame, you can see a frame or 2 of the glow disappearing and then reappearing. All you have to do to escape is use good DI and quick defensive options like roll or spot dodge. The other move is Loxodon's down throw. This move cannot be teched, and therefore never gives you any glow. Therefore, Loxodon is the only character in the game who can theoretically infinitely tech chase, although it would be very difficult. Normally, to fast fall, you have to wait until you're at the peak of your jump. However, when hitting an opponent, you can input a fast fall during hit pause, which is what Rivals calls hit stun, to instantly fast fall regardless of what height you are at. This is called hit falling. It works when hitting an opponent, however, it will not work on a shield. Ledge works similar to Smash with some unique differences. Like Smash, you can neutral Getup attack, roll, jump, and drop from ledge. However, Rivals introduces a new option, special Getup. Pressing the special button will have each character perform a unique ledge option. Grabbing ledge takes 7 frames and then grants you 30 frames of invincibility. In addition, if you wave dash onto stage, your invincibility will immediately disappear when the wave dash finishes, regardless of how many frames you have left. Unlike in Smash, you cannot ledge dash and perform an invincible attack. Teching is almost identical to Smash, with neutral tech, roll in, roll away, and miss tech. After miss tech, you can stand up, roll away, or Getup attack. But unique to Rivals is the special Getup attack. Pressing special after a miss tech will make each character perform a unique attack. After dashing, if you return the stick to neutral within a 2-frame window, your character will return to a neutral state, but will continue to slide forward, letting you perform any action while sliding forward. Remember that a wave dash is 10 frames before you can perform any action, so a Babydash can be a faster alternative. And unlike pivoting, you'll keep your facing direction, which can allow more attacks to be used. Depending on the situation, each of these 3 movement options have their places, so don't think of baby dashing as a full-on replacement for wave dashing and pivoting, but rather an additional movement option at your disposal. Pressing the taunt button in the air will cause your character to tumble and perform a miss tech if they hit the ground. While at first this sounds useless or like a joke move, remember that it can let you perform a Getup option at will, which depending on your character and placement could be useful. Depending on DI, you will die early or later to certain attacks. However, there is a way to tell if a move is guaranteed to kill you, the purple splash screen. When hit by a move, if the entire background turns purple, that means no matter your DI, the move hits with enough knockback to send you to the blast zone. This means if you die to a move without the splash screen, it's possible you could have lived with superior DI. And that's everything. Well, at least everything I could find and think of to talk about. I'm sure there's some small details I missed or I'm overlooking, but I highly encourage you to experiment yourself with this game. The training mode in Rivals has a good amount of options and can let you do your own quality labbing. Thanks for watching. I hope this video can help you understand what's going on with Rivals and can get more Smash players interested in the game. Peace.